What's up guys, my name is Chris and we've been doing this channel here at Casual Cash for just about a year now, where we document our investments and our portfolio and show you all of the profits and losses in rands and cents. In this video we're going to take a look into our full EasyEquities portfolio of 188,888 Rand. Yes, that's the right number, and show you in real time every investment we have, every investment we made this year, and exactly how much we have made and lost investing in EasyEquities in 2022. And at the end of the video, we'll show you the full breakdown and total profits and losses as an idea to see what you want to use for your own portfolio for 2023. This is going to be a good one, so let's get started. Now, at the beginning, I mentioned our 188,000 Rand EasyEquities investments, which is part of our total 450,000 Rand portfolio at 31 years old, which we cover in other videos, but I want you to keep in mind that it did not start out like that. This is an actual screenshot from the 17th of August 2012, 10 years ago, where I had bought my first two shares for less than 1,000 Rand each, and shows my first profit of 1 Rand 77 cents, which I was very excited about. So it's not about where you start, it's about keeping at it to build something really special for yourself. So if you want to follow our journey as we grow our portfolio and you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe to the channel and maybe click the like button while you're at it. That would be great. But let's get straight into it. At the beginning of this year, we showed our 125,000 Rand EasyEquities portfolio. So that means that we invested roughly 63,000 Rand this year. But the question is, how well did they do, and did they make profits or losses? Currently, we have investments in South Africa and the US and the UK. So we're going to start with SA and finish with the other two. And honestly, those two actually shocked me the most. So let's go from lowest amounts to highest. First up, we have our 3 index ETFs. These are our Satrix Top 40, our S&P 500 in the US, and the FTSE 100 in the UK. We set an experiment at the beginning of this year to invest 100 Rand in each of these every month. Let's see how it went. Okay, so the overall result is that we are in a profit for all 3 of these. Starting with core shares S&P 500, we're at 1.16% profit. The Signia FTSE 100, we are at 4.53% profit. And lastly, the Satrix 40 is up with 5.91% profit. But here is the interesting part. Since January to now, the JSE 40 is only up 1%, the FTSE 100 is down 0.2%, and the S&P 500 is down 17%. So the only reason we made these profits is because we invested every month without fail during the good and, more importantly, the bad, to make higher profits when it goes back up, continuing to invest regularly during the U-curve. These are the monthly investments we made for all 3, and it paints a positive picture for consistent investing and dollar cost averaging. I'm going to continue to do this every month. Next, let's check out another investment strategy from this year, which is buying into the banking sector. We've been buying 4 banks consistently this year to diversify the risk, and we invested about 22,000 Rand total. Because as interest rates rise, so do banks' income. Here are the results. First off, we have Capitec Bank with a 4.3% loss. Then First Rand with a 1.4% loss. But in the green, we have Nedbank with a 4.5% profit, and lastly, Standard Bank with a great 10.7% profit. That's why it's good to diversify rather than have eggs in one basket. So that means overall we have made a 525 Rand profit on the share prices for 2.35% growth. But that's not all, because these banks paid out dividends and special dividends this year, which doubled the return to about 5% total this year in a downwards market. Another example of dollar cost averaging and picking the right companies for the right time, which has brought us some profits so far. Then the last 2 profits on this side were, first of all, Purple Group with a 16% profit, but I bought this a while ago and the share went down, but I bought low enough that it's still in a profit. Then lastly, we have our Prescient Income Provider with a small 0.7% profit. Okay, so that's all great, but let's talk about our losses here on the South African accounts. We have Storage with a 1.3% loss. I'm not worried here. Storage is a great company with consistent 8.5% dividends, and each time the share goes down, I buy a bit more. And as you can see, we've made a few little profits by doing that, but I love when it goes down because I can buy at a higher dividend. African Rainbow Capital is down 6%. Nothing too major because that's only 130 Rand, and I believe in Rain and Time Bank long term. Alright, now these next three are where it hurts. We have Reitway Global Property at 7% loss and Fairvest Property at 9% loss. Real estate has been tough this year with the higher interest rates, but I've held onto them with 4 to 6% dividends at Reitway and 12% dividends that I've received from Fairvest this year, which brings total returns to a negative 1.2% this year. But still, this one hurts the profit and loss for the ZAR account. Sanlam is at an 8.3% loss due mostly to their payouts from the riots last year, and the biggest loss in our South African account is Clientele with 10.5% loss. This is mostly due to their 11% dividend payment, which is fine. If I can get 11% each year, that still sounds good, but would like to see some share price go up hopefully. And then if you've been on this channel for a while, then you will know all about the mystery share. This is a company that I own shares in, but I actually work with this company in the real world, so I am not allowed to talk about it or share any information. Maybe one day, but for now I can say that we have 34,590 Rand in these shares. So that brings our total tally for South Africa to this, which is 131,432 Rand and a total profit or loss of, wait for it, a loss of 1,480 Rand or minus 1.1%. Now, in the down market this year, where we've seen red almost every month, I personally think that's pretty good and I'm happy with that. But if you include the dividends, which you do to calculate total return, then it brings the total return to a positive of 6% profit. But that's for the next video, where we break down all of the income we have made on EasyEquities this year, so look out for that one next week. Okay, let's check out our tax-free savings account. Pretty simple one here. Our Satrix Property ETF is up 0.35%, and our Coronation Strategic Income Unit Trust is up by 2.15% for a 1.7% profit here in the tax-free account. Then let's jump over the pond to the United Kingdom portfolio. Now, this portfolio has been fun because I used the times of uncertainty when prime ministers were changing and the pound was down to put money in and invest. So I invested during the rough times, and now things are back to stable and positive. They have shown good growth. So let's begin with SSE at 1.2% profit, then onto HSBC, which is on a 5% profit. And lastly, we have Lloyds Bank. Again, I've been liking banks this year, with a profit of 10.13% in just a couple of months. So that is an average of 3.5% profit and a £24 profit, or about 500 Rand. Then lastly, for our EasyEquities, we are going to have a look at a popular account, which is our United States investments. So here we have 4 different investments, and we've been investing in them all fairly recently within the last 45 days. But again, buying when the markets are down has done well so far. On our Global X Nasdaq 100 Call ETF, we are 0.8% up. Then our JP Morgan Equity Premium Income is up by 3.57%. Then the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF, it's nice to say, is in a profit of 4.3%. And lastly, we have our shares in Simon Property Group, which is up by a nice amount of about 8% since just over a month ago. So that brings our total profit for our USA portfolio to $41.5 or 712 Rand and a profit of 4.7%. And guys, that is our entire EasyEquities portfolio. But like we said in the beginning, let's take a look at our total table for our total profit and loss at the end of what has been a tumultuous year this year in 2022. So here we have all of the shares in our portfolio in the Rand currency, and every single profit and loss in Rands and cents and in percentages. So all of this together brings us to a total bottom line portfolio profit or loss of, drumroll, a profit of exactly 183 Rand and 90 cents, or a percentage gain of 0.095%. So it's not huge, but like I said, in this year of such crazy market declines, I'm pretty happy with that. And if we include the dividends for our total return, that would bring our total return on EasyEquities for 2022 up to a 6% profitable gain. But our next video is going to take us through all of our dividend income from every single share on EasyEquities this year. So if you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe to Casual Cash, and it would mean a lot if you enjoyed this to like the video. So thank you, and we look forward to seeing you once again next time, as always, right here on Casual Cash. Cheers.